What would have happened if the Ottoman Empire had succeeded in the siege of Vienna? To know what would have happened, we have to look at the places that they conquered in the run-up to the siege, and the rules that they imposed. In 1683, the Ottoman Empire reached its furthest western point. For centuries, cities in Eastern Europe had fallen to Islamic armies from the east. Sofia in 1386, Sarajevo in 1461, and much of Greece around the same time. Constantinople, the capital of the Orthodox Church, fell in 1483. Belgrade fell in 1521, Buda and Pest in 1541, which become the main Ottoman base in Eastern Europe. The last major conquests before Vienna were in Crete, 1669, Kamianets-Podilsky and Kotin, Ukraine in 1672. A similar tale endured in all these cities. Catholics, Orthodox Christians, and Jews all had to pay a jizya, a tax, to be allowed to practice their religion. Major churches converted to mosques as a symbol of dominance. The Matthias Church on Castle Hill in Buda, used for the coronation of Bulgarian kings, was converted to a mosque. The Hagios Demetrios in Thessaloniki, and even the Parthenon became a mosque. Had the Ottomans' conquest of Vienna succeeded in 1683, then St. Stephen's Cathedral would have been converted to a mosque, and a tax on Christians and Jews imposed. Given Vienna had a strong identity and culture at the time, mass conversion to Islam was unlikely. The ruling Habsburgs would have fled and sought help, probably to Innsbruck or Salzburg, where the dynasty also ruled the Holy Roman Empire as well as Spain. Europe's reaction would have been one of shock. The Western shock at the fall of Vienna would have been catastrophic, especially among Catholic countries. The Ottomans would have been emboldened by such a magnificent victory and would be looking at expanding further. They'd now hold the Danube corridor and may be looking to expand into Saxony, Bavaria, and northern Italy. With strong resistance from the Holy Roman Empire, the Pope would almost certainly declare a new crusade. France's relationship was complex with the Ottomans and the Habsburgs. Louis XIV sometimes allied with them against the Habsburgs. France may even have seen the opportunity to grab territory in the Rhineland and the Low Countries. But the threat of Islamic armies rampaging through Western Europe would have formed an alliance. Europe was far more powerful and technically advanced from when Constantinople fell in 1483. And without the support from locals, the Ottomans wouldn't have lasted more than a generation in Vienna. And once Vienna would be back under Catholic control, a more powerful Europe would have taken back Eastern Europe city by city, but it may have meant less involvement in places like India and the Americas for a short period. Europe was on the up at the time, and the conquest of Vienna may have been a stretch too far without the support of the population. But when the Ottomans conquered the Balkan states, they used the Devshirme system, where young boys would be taken from Christian families to be trained as soldiers and forced to fight. And skilled workers would be transported to other parts of the empire, but the practice was declining by the end of the 17th century, and Europe was on the up. Had the Ottomans taken Vienna, it would almost certainly have been retaken in a generation, and would have marked the beginning of the end of the Ottoman Empire. Disagree? Let me know in the comments, and like and subscribe for more videos.